Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off. I do this every time when we're starting an episode, which is I try and think through like a couple sentences of like where we are right now. But I want people to realize that he's in the bathroom right this second. Yeah. But Sam and I, who's your agent, we've talked about trying to do an episode together for a long period of time. And I'm a fantasy football slut.
Yep.
And when you're a fantasy football slut, you know every single name. So this name specifically on the podcast, if you're a fantasy football guy, you know, because there's been some injuries in this room. So it is my absolute pleasure to welcome Iowa State's all-time single-season receptions leader. I just spit everywhere, by the way, when I did that. An AP All-American in 2022, a three-time first-team All-Big 12 receiver, and most importantly, a Florida boy like myself.
Yes, sir.
Xavier Hutchinson, welcome to Caps Off,
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me, man. It's an honor to be in here.
I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to do this, man.
I would always.
You look good. You look cozy.
I'm trying to, man. I don't look as cozy as you. I like the Golden Gooses, too.
Thank you.
I didn't get to say it in the beginning.
So you're capping now because off the camera you said you weren't into fashion. You're wearing off-white. You get the GGs now. Like, what's the deal, bro?
I'm just a simple guy, man. I like simple fits. I like certain things. And Golden Gooses are, I've actually put quite a few people onto Golden Gooses.
Have you?
Yeah, I've tried.
Do you feel like, I feel like Golden Goose had a wave where it was like super popular and then they kind of phased out. You had all these other companies that are like, we're going to make the super dirty and messy shoes. And now they're right back into where it is. Like, would you agree? Or?
Yeah. I mean, you know how fashion goes. It's always a circle.
Cyclical.
Like, it's always going to come back around.
For me.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. I don't know what that means.
Like a cycle.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Like things are going, by the way, so many of these words I feel like I hear. And if you look on my home screen right now, I literally have vocabulary words because I'm trying to always learn new words right now.
That's perfect, though.
Today's word of the day is adroit.
Adroit.
Skillful and dexterous. Fuck if I know what that means.
Hey, I mean, it's skillful, I guess. So you can find a way to use it. You can find a way to use it.
X, we're here in LA. What are the vibes, man? How's your offseason going?
Man, the vibes are great, man.
Yeah.
Been here in LA for a month now training.
Yeah.
Shout out to Akil and SRLA, man. Appreciate you guys for getting me right.
Hope they're busting your ass.
They are. In due time, though, and always. But, no, it's been great, man. Just living that West Coast life. I see why so many people want to come out here now and live here.
Yeah, I'm an East Coast boy, and I love Miami. If LA wasn't so far away from civilization and my family, I would live here. Like, I understand it, you know? I get why people like it.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be.
It is. You can always find whatever you want. It's all little hubs that, like, whatever you enjoy doing in life, you'll be able to find those people.
100%. Well, big offseason for the Texans.
Yep.
Braden Smith.
Yep.
Wyatt Teller. David Montgomery. Texans feel like they're revamping a little bit.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on some of these moves?
I love them all. Of course, you know, I'm a little biased. I love David Montgomery the most. Just because he came from Iowa State, so, you know. I mean, I've seen him play a few times. Talked to him a few times.
Were you guys there? No, he's a little bit older.
Yeah, a little bit older. But, you know, like Iowa State connections, you kind of, when you go through there, like, it's such a family. Yeah. It's such a bond. So, like, everyone there, like, tries to talk to you. And you just, like, communicate, you know, here and there whenever you can.
There's 4 Cyclones on that team now. You, Jalen Noel.
5.
Who's
5
the fifth?
now. Jake Hummel, linebacker.
Yeah.
Didn't
know that guy.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all
5.
good.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You guys are making big moves.
Yeah. Some would say, you know, I started the trend there. But
I
won't say.
I mean, you could definitely say that considering you were the first one there.
Yeah, exactly.
Are there other teams that make moves in the offseason that you look at and you were like, wow, that's a huge addition? Or do you not follow it as much as like us fans do?
I follow it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, of course, like I saw the Trent McDuffie coming to the Rams. You know, really like the big ones, I guess you could say I follow. Yeah. I try to keep, you know, here and there, but, you know, I'm always afraid that if I go on Adam Schefter, that he'll post something before me or Sam knows. And
100%.
I get a little nervous to look up there.
I can only imagine because we have Sam here who's also X's agent in the back. And so he might throw some shit out too while we're talking. And I hope he does. But yeah, he's going straight to Schefter. He's got. Do you have Schefter's number back there?
I do. You should stop rocking in your chair.
I got it.
No.
He was never going to
rock
hold
as
it.
much as you want.
He was never going to hold it.
He's Schefter. Yeah, I mean, I just had Cam Curl on. We did the episode a little bit ago, and we were talking about obviously Trent McDuffie.
Yeah.
And Trent McDuffie is, I mean, to me that was the biggest deal this offseason outside of the Max Crosby what-if deal that didn't happen. So, yeah, I don't know. The Rams are going all in, and it feels like you guys are retooling and somewhat also going all in your own ways.
Trying to. We want to win there.
Yeah.
We want to win.
I mean, I would hope so. I was joking with Cam Curl. He was on the Commanders before, and I was like, you were there, bro. Like, they weren't trying to win. It felt like you were 4-13 in your final year on the Commanders. But I have a question, because Coachella just happened this past weekend. Are you a music head by any chance?
I like music, yeah.
Have you been following the Bieberchella nonsense that's been going on?
No, but I saw it obviously on TikTok. You know, for some odd reason, when you mention one thing or you search one thing, all of a sudden TikTok
just got screwed. I feel like it's going to be now all Bieber.
Hey, hopefully I see nothing but caps off now on my algorithm. Show some love, man. Show some love. Show some love out there.
Juicing me up a little bit. Buttering me up. But basically, I was going to talk if you were into it. But the whole Bieber on Coachella nonsense is my whole feed right now. So, but if you're not following it as much, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not a big fan of, isn't like the Coachella, don't you got to stay in like the tents?
Yeah, or if you're like of the upper echelon, I guess you could be in like a house or something close in Palm Springs or in a hotel. But I don't know.
That's not really my type of. That's not my type of vibe. I don't want to be in a tent.
Yeah,
I don't want to be in a tent.
But we hit on it a little bit. You're a Florida boy. You were born in Jacksonville, which to me, growing up in Fort Lauderdale, that's North Florida. That's very much North Florida. And I've always said Florida, and most people say there is two parts to the state of Florida. There's always North Florida and South Florida. But I had this debate with Quentin Lake on Friday, which is the discourse around which state produces the best football players is always something that's been around for forever. So it's very easy to say Florida produces the best, California produces the best, but I want to kind of flip it. So basically my question is, which state has the best top 5 players in the league right now?
Top 5 players.
So I want us to rank these 4 states only.
All right.
Based on their top 5 guys. All right. So Xavier Hutchinson, these are the states. California, they have Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Fred Warner, and then one of Bobby Wagner, Aaron Rodgers. All right. We could choose there. California's fucking loaded, to be honest.
It's a big ass state.
It's a big ass state. Texas, we got Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Trent Williams, Myles Garrett, and Max Crosby. Nuts.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Florida, which we're kind of fucked on, to be honest, now when I go in it. But we have one small little caveat. We have Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Nick Bosa, and Pat Surtain because Stafford was born in Tampa.
I didn't even know that, actually.
Yeah, right?
That's great.
That's crazy. We would have been screwed outside of that. And then last but not least, I'm putting Louisiana as the 4th state because you have Dak Prescott, Jettis, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, and Derek Stingley Jr., your boy. So, Xavier Hutchinson, which state has the best top 5 players in the league right now? That's like a pound for pound ranking, you know?
That's a tough one. But I will never switch. I'm very biased.
Really?
I'll still say Florida to this day.
Wow.
I'll always put Florida number 1 in my eyes.
So you think
in my heart.
You think the 5 of Stafford, Lamar, Derrick Henry, Nick Bosa, and Pat Surtain.
Yep.
Even as a Florida boy for myself, I think it would be California or Texas. 1.
Yeah, see, those 2 would go second for me.
Yeah.
So they would be like 2A, 2B, of course.
So let's rank it. Florida 1.
Yeah, Florida 1.
Who's 2?
You might have to put Louisiana at 2. That's a stacked lineup.
That's a stacked lineup.
And that's like good ball players, too.
Good ball players. That's
good
like pound.
Players.
When you think pound for pound rankings right now, that Louisiana, Dak, Jettis, Jamar, CeeDee, and Stingley is I would have no issues if you said that.
I mean, they arguably have probably the top 3 receivers
in the NFL.
In the NFL right now.
Crazy.
Which you can't really bypass.
No. So what do you want to do? You want to put Louisiana 2?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2. I'm going to go
Florida
2.
1, Louisiana 2. Yeah. Now we got Texas and California. And it's funny because I did this with Quentin Lake on Friday. Yeah. And it was a very different list.
Really?
Well, of course it was. He's a California boy.
Of course
it was.
Let me assume California was number 1 for him.
Yeah.
Of course.
But I also said Florida was probably last.
You said Florida was last?
I just think like the pound for pound. Like at this point.
Yeah, pound for pound, I guess. But, you know, we celebrate our state over here.
We show love.
Yeah, we show love over here.
So what would you do? 3 and 4. We have California and Texas.
I feel like you have to put California 3. I think to put California last would be, I mean, it's already kind of, you know, some people, you know, I'll probably get a little hate for this, of course.
Who gives a shit? I get hate for
really don't care, though, at all. You know, this is my opinion.
Exactly.
You can have your own opinion.
Exactly.
You can have your own opinion, trust me. But, yeah, I'll probably put Texas last.
California 3rd, Texas last. So Florida 1, Stafford, Lamar, Derrick Henry, Nick Bosa, Pat Surtain. Louisiana coming in 2, Dak, Jettis, Jamar, CeeDee, Stingley. 3, California, Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra, Fred Warner, Bobby Wagner. And 4, Texas, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Trent Williams, Myles Garrett, and Max Crosby, which is also a nuts list.
Yeah, I mean, they're all like, it's all going to be biased in who you love as like players,
100%.
of course. But I feel like Florida, like we've had public figures, like Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, people who have set trends, that like really wasn't like popular when they came into the league. So I gotta give a little credit to that too. And plus, it's once again, I'll say it again, they're from Florida.
We're just Florida boys.
We're just Florida boys. That's it. Yeah, come on.
Before we start going chronologically year by year during your time on the Texans, I have a brain warm-up exercise for us, okay? So I saw a video of you that you did with Fieldhouse. Now, shout out to Fieldhouse. I love their content. They crush it. Always take a look at it. But you did an all-time head-to-head draft, and you put yourself and Brock Purdy. When the Niners came up, you could have picked Steve Young. You didn't do that.
Could have, yeah.
But you put yourself. So Xavier Hutchinson versus caps off head-to-head draft right now.
Perfect.
Quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and 1 defensive player.
Perfect.
All time, all right?
Perfect. Got
Me
you.
versus you.
Got you.
I'm probably going to fuck this up, to be very
It's okay.
clear.
I'll probably still end up showing love.
Still put let's just take the whole Texans roster.
I might.
Texans versus
honestly,
Dolphins,
I
by the
might.
way, you're still winning that shit if I go showing love to my own team.
I hope so. We should.
All right, I got to screen record it. All right, you get the honors. You're going to go first, okay?
All right.
So we got quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a defensive player. So the wheel is spinning currently. Don't fuck this up, okay?
Give me a good one.
First one up, the Minnesota Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings. And I have to pick a quarterback?
No,
I can just pick anybody?
You can pick whoever you want.
Oh, then give me Randy Moss at receiver.
Yeah. Do the job. I feel like he came up on some of those other videos that I saw and no one took him. So that's
It's disgrace.
All right, then I'm going to go. Here we go. What's the next one? Randy Moss, great pull.
I love that pull.
Great pull.
I love that pull.
I get the Lions.
Where are you going with this one? I feel like there's only 2.
Yeah.
Or maybe 3.
You know what? Give me Megatron.
You have to.
Give me Megatron.
You have to.
When you went Randy Moss, I was like, you know what? I got to do it.
Yeah, come on, man.
Okay. By the way, we're head to head right now.
Yeah.
That's a good one. All right.
It's about even right now.
Ooh, there's only one place you can go. You got the Cleveland Browns.
The Cleveland Browns. The running back, Jim Brown, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. By the way, if I was thinking about this in my head when we were playing this, if once you take Jim Brown, I have no idea who else I'm going to fucking take from the Browns. Oh, Myles Garrett, maybe?
Yeah, but nah, I'm gonna show love to the OGs, man. The people who came before me.
Yeah.
You guys are both tripping.
Did who?
Jim Brown over Myles Garrett?
Yeah, I feel like
Didn't Jim Brown went to Syracuse, right?
He did. Good memory.
They made the movie, right? Jim Brown has a movie.
He probably does.
You probably know more than me.
Okay,
I mean,
so
Sam in the back is yelling at us for saying Jim Brown. No, well, you and I would probably.
Yeah.
It's funny because you and I, as the young ones, we're like, we take Jim Brown. But Myles Garrett's part of ours right now.
Yeah, that is very true. You know, we're switching up the eras, man. We like to show love to all eras.
We're trying to see some redemption mode for you. You know, I got the Bears.
That's easy for you.
I mean, I feel like I have to take Brian Urlacher. Did I fuck that up?
No.
Did I just fuck that up? I'm going to go Brian Urlacher.
No.
I said
Brian Urlacher's a good choice. Could have went Jay Cutler.
Fuck no. Are you out of your mind? As someone who also had Jay Cutler on my team.
I just wanted to see.
All right, I got Urlacher. All right, that's my defensive. Ooh, you got the Cowboys.
Cowboys? Oh, wow. It's so hard to go off like the top of your like head.
It's so hard. I always say the lights are so bright in here.
They are very bright in here. It's very nice though.
It is nice.
You got to perform when the lights are on.
I can't.
You can. The self-talk is not going to get us there though. I already got a running back. Because Emmitt Smith played for the Cowboys, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a little.
Who's
You could.
Give me T.O. Didn't T.O. play there?
Yeah.
Give me T.O.
It's a hell of a pull.
Now, was he older when he was there? Or was he still...
Well, you could have went him or Michael Irvin. But the fact that you get T.O.
I forgot Michael Irvin. Who's the quarterback there?
Romo and
Joe...
And...
no.
Yes, yeah. No, why am I... Troy Aikman.
Yeah, Troy Aikman.
All right, spinning. I get the Colts. I'm going to go Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, that's a great choice.
Yeah. Run the ball.
How many receiver slots we got? 3 or 2?
2.
2, okay.
So you already used up yours. You need a quarterback and a tight end and a defensive weapon.
Right.
And I need a running back, a wide receiver, and a tight end. You get the Commanders.
The Commanders?
Kind of fucked on that one.
Nah, give me Sean Taylor.
Oh!
Defense. Give me Sean Taylor defense.
Oh!
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, you're kind of cooking on
We
this
gotta
one.
use that brain. Come on, man.
God. All right, I'm spinning. Head to head. Seahawks. Oh. Yeah, give me. Do I want that or do I want. Sean Alexander was low key so good.
Ooh.
Do I get a loophole? I was going to
What's the
say
loophole?
the wide receiver, the Jerry Rice. But he was
Yeah,
so old.
but you're not getting
Yeah,
like
you know
you're
what?
not getting San Fran.
You know what?
Jerry
Give me
Rice
beast
stuff.
mode. I'm going to take beast
You're
mode.
taking beast mode.
I'm going to take beast mode over Sean Alexander. Yeah.
That's an interesting choice.
I think it's a great choice.
No Doug Baldwin.
Nah.
Seahawks have had a lot. Oh, you've already picked defense. Too.
I did,
My-
yeah.
My brain went straight to defense.
I was going to go Bobby potentially, but I
Yeah.
got Urlacher already.
Yeah, you're all good.
Ooh, you got the Seahawks again. Now's your
Seahawks?
redemption. You have quarterback or tight end.
Why do I feel like they had like a really good tight end with Seattle?
They had Jimmy Graham at one point, but that was like
But
older
that's
Jimmy.
that's not the Jimmy Graham. I mean, it's still Jimmy Graham, but it's not New Orleans Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
You know what? Give me Mr. Unlimited.
Yeah, Mr. Unlimited.
Give me Mr. Unlimited, man.
Mr.
Let
Unlimited.
me get that little Wisconsin Badger.
I got 2 spots left, wide receiver and tight end. You have just tight end. I get the Colts again.
There's a lot you could go.
Give me Marvin Harrison.
Do you already have a tight end?
No? I was going to go Dallas
Oh,
Clark.
Dallas Clark?
I
I was
know,
about
but
to
I'm
say, no
playing. I'm
Dallas Clark?
hoping. All right, this is your tight end.
Come on. Give me something good. I don't like the laughing.
The Baltimore Ravens.
The Baltimore Ravens?
I feel like there's only one. Unless I'm missing it.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could say like, would I prefer Mark Andrews?
Who else would you take?
Or Isaiah Likely?
Oh,
Isaiah Likely's. I
he's a
mean,
dog.
all time now, it's tough to put
Yeah.
him up in there. But the Ravens, I don't, at least from my knowledge, I don't know any other tight ends that they've had
Me
besides
neither.
those two.
Well, which, by the way, we're going to look like an idiot if they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Well, you
Take
know,
Mark
someone will be in the comments.
Of
probably,
course.
oh, how'd you not pull this guy?
Always.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Take Mark. I feel like that's the play.
Yeah, I'll take Mark. But I would have liked Isaiah Likely, and he's not there anymore. But Charlie Kohler, if you were there, I would have took
give
you.
me a
I would
fucking-
have showed love. I would have showed
Is
love.
he
to the
Iowa State
Cyclones.
too?
Iowa State.
Oh, there it is.
Iowa
And
State.
last but not least, my tight end, the Rams. Shit.
Who could you?
Who the hell did the Rams have as tight end?
They just had a Higbee. Higbee.
But I feel like
Is
all
it Higbee?
time.
Higbee?
I guess I gotta go Tyler Higbee. I feel like I'm missing a Rams and all time tight end, but
Well,
I know I just missed it. I know I just missed it. But that's our roster. Russ, Jim Brown, T.O., Randy Moss, Mark Andrews, and Sean Taylor versus Peyton Manning, Beast Mode, Marvin Harrison, Megatron, Tyler Higbee, and Brian Urlacher. Yeah,
and we all have one in there that's a little.
By the
like,
way, we're kind of closer than you think.
no, we probably are.
We're a lot
We probably
closer.
are. You go stat by stat or whatever era they were in.
Yeah.
Like the time period of age that they were playing in. I bet you that would be a great game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But a bunch of Sean Taylors out there.
Yeah,
I feel bad.
Yeah, but a
for
bunch
you.
of Brian Urlachers.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
Can they
Vito.
run with us though?
Yeah, that's true. That is true. All right. Well, now that we got our brain warmed up a little
Yep.
bit, now we're thinking a little bit. Let's jump to when you were drafted. 2023, the Houston Texans. You were part of a loaded class that completely changed the trajectory, it feels like, of the Texans. Obviously, the Texans, before you were drafted, they were 3-13. And you were part of the draft class that was yourself. It was Will Anderson, CJ Stroud, Tank Dell. I had Derek Barnes on the podcast many months ago, and it's very similar to him on the Lions, where he was part of the 21 class. It was him, Amon-Ra, Aiden Hutchinson. It was a bunch of these guys, Derek Barnes, that really changed the trajectory of the franchise. As part of the group of people that really changed what the Texans look like today, what would you say you guys brought from a cultural shift in that 2023 draft class?
Yeah. I think we just brought like a sense of belief.
Yeah.
A sense of like confidence that we were all good players no matter what round we got drafted in. We all knew that we could contribute. And if you really look at it, like if you can go all the way down the list, we all practically came from winning cultures.
Right. That's
which
true.
Is probably some people may not care about that, but some organizations do. And, the Texans were one, and I feel like every single pick that they've made down that list has contributed in somewhat way throughout the 3 years that I've been there now.
Yeah.
But it was really just the foundation, I feel like, for us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was going to be the foundation of what we wanted to build, for years to come.
Yeah.
And, we've started it, but, we're not anywhere near where we want to be, though.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been close. I will say, you guys have been close, and I feel like the closest you guys were either this year or that 2023 year, just in terms of overall sentiment in the league. But that year, obviously, it was DeMeco Ryans' first year. And when I think of the Texans, they had Lovie Smith before, but they were 3-13. I was at the draft when you guys traded back up for Will Anderson. As someone who was waiting to be called, right, because you were a 6th-round rookie, are you ever watching players get drafted to a certain team and be like, shit, that would be kind of fun to go there? Or are you just waiting for your name to be called? Because I feel like there's a human element to being like, wow, that was a crazy pick, or wow, that team just did that.
Yeah, I think it's like it's 50-50.
Right.
Obviously, my parents always told me that comparison is a thief of joy. So I try to never that's a crazy pick.
Yeah.
You never know what those front offices are thinking. They're up there for a reason. So I just allow them to do whatever they want to do. Yeah. But also at the same time, like I was waiting to hear my name called. Yeah. It came on the last day, but I went to the right team at the right time, and I was just blessed and grateful to be able to go there and be able to have the experiences I've had so far.
Totally.
But I've definitely it was misery waiting, though. I will say I had a few bad attitudes throughout the day that my family and friends kind of got me out of. Yeah. But it's misery though waiting. There's no other way to put it.
Well, I guess so many people always say, like, once they're drafted, there's a level of, you really do forget everything that just happened, which was waiting obviously for hours and for days. And there's a level of joy and validation that I feel like happens, right?
Sure.
When you're obviously fucking drafted, you've been waiting, you've been trying to get your whole life to the NFL. Now a team is like, hey, we want you. But you were coming into a situation, like I said, where you were going from Lovie Smith, and you weren't there, but going from Lovie Smith to a new culture in DeMeco Ryans and whatnot. Like, how would you explain what the culture felt like that you were walking into that DeMeco Ryans was trying to set up?
To be great, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, he really just paved the way for work ethic. Yeah. Like, how we work each and every day will get us to where we want to be. So it really just started from the ground up, how you approach every day. A lot of people say it, but DeMeco is probably one of the fewest people that I've seen where when he says something, he actually means it. Yeah. We're actually going to go about it in that route.
Yeah, he's about it.
And that was to just work our tails off.
Yeah.
And, no matter how it looked each day, of course you're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some good days.
Of course.
But really it was just, the chance to try to get better every day. Yeah. The little 1%, find the 1% somewhere within the day. And that's kind of what his motto was for us. We have a saying, iron sharpens iron. Mm-hmm. That's quite literally what we do every day. Yeah. So if anybody thinks it's easy to play for the Texans, it's not. You got to be built a certain way. You got to have a mental capacity to be able to last in that building.
How would you describe what the identity of a Texans player is then, as someone that's inside that locker room?
Yeah. You've probably heard it a lot. Swarm. Yeah. It's quite literally swarm. I know, you use that for defense. Yeah. But as far as offense, it's just playing fast, playing physical. Because, if you play fast, you play physical, and you have fun, which, sounds corny. Yeah. Trust me, it sounded corny coming out of my mouth, but when you do it.
But I feel like cliches exist because they exist right in front of you, and they're very hard to execute on. And if you execute on them, that's where success comes from.
No, 100%. 100%. And that's really that's just our whole motto, to be honest with you. It's just a swarm about the day. Right. Put all the personal feelings aside, put how you feel that day. Yeah. When you put those cleats on, you step on the field, it's about one thing and one thing only. And that's about playing football and playing it to the best of your ability.
You'd be a good coach.
I appreciate that. I don't know if I could I see those hours that they do. I thought hours were crazy in college. But I see some of those hours in the league, and it's like, man, I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, what does it look like? How would you explain that to a fan, the hours that a coach puts in?
Well, I can only go off of what
you've seen.
Our receiver coach. Yeah. I mean, I've pulled up, I've had to go into treatment early. Yeah. And treatment early for us is probably 6:30 get there, maybe 7 o'clock-ish get there.
You slept there last night.
Yeah, probably, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure they got some type of couch cushion in there, a little, a little inflatable bed. Yeah. And he's probably slept some days in there, but I remember I got there one time at 6 o'clock, and I always remember because he parks in the same spot every single time.
So
Shout out Ben McDaniels. And he's like, I pop up at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. His car's already there. Yeah. So it's like he's already gotten breakfast, so you don't see him in the cafeteria.
Yeah, he's locked in.
Yeah. So I would say probably let's rough estimate.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say probably from like 6 a.m. to probably, depending on the week and how our schedule works, maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe he gets out. So it's like those hours are ridiculous.
The hours for a coach are insane. I feel like I joke with my wife all the time where she's like, she doesn't realize, she takes for granted the hours that I have. And then you talk to both football players, football coaches, the amount of time that they put in, and you realize how much effort, not just physically, but mentally is going into actually preparing. It's crazy. But one of the questions that I was always like very curious about, especially when I was thinking about having a time to sit down with you, is obviously CJ Stroud's such a polarizing figure. In that 2023 season, leaving the 2023 season, CJ Stroud was considered a top 5 quarterback. He had 23 touchdowns, 5 INTs, like 4,100 passing yards. Like, this was a guy that after the rookie year was like, that dude's in the top 5 conversation. But solely going off of 2023, what would you say was the reason that CJ Stroud was a top 5 quarterback? Because this podcast, we talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
So what would you say? What would Xavier Hutchinson say as to why CJ Stroud was a top 5 quarterback after 2023?
I mean, if you really watch the games, like, and you really see what he was doing as a rookie, especially, like it was amazing to watch. Even just seeing him go about his day, like each and every day, like he showed up every day. He was the same person. Mm-hmm. You knew what you were going to get out of him every day. And honestly, he had like this sense of like unwavering confidence within himself that like you just felt like nobody could shake, like no outcome could shake. Like he missed the ball, you knew that the next ball was going to be right on the money. So you go out there and you play freely,
right?
And like you just play to what you know how to do. And he's been playing football since probably like everyone else, like since he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
So it's just all about just going out there and just being you. Yeah. And that's what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, that 2023 season was nuts in the sense that you guys had gone worst to first. Yeah. And us as fans are always saying, okay, who are the teams that could potentially go from worst to first? And then obviously you go throughout that year, you win the division, you lose in the divisional round. But as part of that entire year, I feel like there was a level of the Texan success that people did not realize could actually turn over as quickly. And the reason I say that is 2 years ago, we saw it with the Commanders. 3 years ago, we see it with the Texans. Now we're getting to this place where last year it was really the Bears, right? Where a year later they really are able to turn over and have success. But when I think of the Texans and the success you guys were having that year, I also think of Nico Collins. Now, I started this podcast talking about fantasy football.
Yep.
I'm a sucker for it. I love an alpha wide receiver one. I just had Cam Curl on the podcast. We were talking alpha wide receiver ones. Nico Collins, very much an alpha wide receiver one.
100%.
Xavier Hutchinson, as a wide receiver in the NFL, as someone who plays with Nico Collins, in your opinion, what makes an alpha wide receiver one to a player versus a fan?
You got to be able to do everything. Especially if you're an alpha one receiver, you're probably the X receiver, more than likely. You always get switched around a little bit, but you're probably always going to be one-on-one half the time. We'll always put you in a 3-by-1. Yeah. And obviously, if you watch our games, that's what we do with Nico, because he's a receiver one. Yeah. But man, you just gotta be a little different. You gotta be cut a little different, and that's what he is. Like you've probably heard people always say it, like you gotta be delusional. Yeah. And like to be a receiver one in the NFL, you have to be a little delusional.
Yeah. You have to have a screw loose.
Yeah. Like you gotta know that like no matter what's going on, like whenever the ball touches my hand or the ball comes to me, like I'm making a play. Yeah. Regardless of if I've dropped 3 balls before, when that next one comes, I'm gonna make the play. Yeah. And you know what happens when you make big plays? You get treated as such. Yeah. And he like rightfully deserves it. I'm happy that you said he's an alpha one receiver because he is, man. He's a dog.
Yo, Nico might be literally one of my favorite receivers in the NFL, and partially because I talked to him at the Super Bowl and he was just so down to earth and so genuine. But I feel like, and I had Bryce Butler on the podcast years ago, and one of the things he said about Nico before Nico really began starting popping off was had 6'4" to be able to run 4.4, run the entire route tree, take the top off the defense. Hands could break away once he has the ball, like what he could do from a yak perspective. Nico Collins is a top 10 wide receiver.
Yes.
Today in the NFL, I feel like he does not get the love that he deserves. In your opinion, what makes Nico Collins a top 10 wide receiver?
I feel like everything you just said right there. yak ability.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for his hands. Like
At all.
I think if you've ever like really watched us play, I could maybe ooh, that's bad. I could maybe count on my hands how many times I've seen him let the ball come to his chest.
Yeah.
Like his hands are always out here, always.
Yeah.
Always. And it's like it's
breaking
remarkable.
shit, by the way. You're breaking
I know.
shit. That's what Nico
on
does.
me.
That's the power of Nico Collins.
He's like what do they say? He's like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
I've never seen a receiver, by the way.
Well, I
also.
never understood that either.
Yeah.
Like you're just breaking everything.
Yeah. He's just
Yeah. Actually,
rambunctious. Doesn't care
Yeah,
about the body
yeah.
at all.
Has anyone actually ever seen a bull in a china shop?
No, never. I mean, I think if you did, I don't know if anybody would even be in that building. To be honest with you, I sure in hell
Yeah,
wouldn't be.
not at all.
But what was I saying?
He just can do it all.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've never seen, to the credit his point too. Also, I forgot who you said it, but like for him being as big as he is, like some of the cuts that he's able to make,
Yeah.
it's like remarkable because like somebody that tall shouldn't be able
I agree.
to get out of their breaks like that.
Yeah.
And he does it to a T.
Right. Yeah, Nico's one of those rare players in the NFL. He reminds me in a different way of like Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring up Terry is Terry has yet to always be the guy that breaks into a top 5 conversation. After 2023, I feel like Nico is one of those guys that us dumb fans would be like, top 5 wide receiver. But then as the success dissipates a bit for a team, so too does the actual exposure for the player. And it's the same with Terry. But now you look at the guys like the Jamars, the Jettis, the CD Lambs, like we were talking about.
Yeah.
Even George Pickens, you have today, people saying top 5. I don't think George Pickens is a top 5 wide receiver. I think the talent pool at the receiver position is just fucking loaded right now. But it's the level of exposure for the position that really makes a player be within that upper echelon. And I feel like that's what Nico lacks. And that's why I feel like it's the same as Terry. But Nico is hands down just one of those guys, you know?
Yeah, he's not always. One thing I'll give Nico that I've told him before too that like I think is remarkable. This probably goes to his parents, the way they raised him, or whatever happened within his life that makes him the way that he is.
Yeah.
But like for him to be out of the way so much, as far as like if Nico's not in the facility, he's probably at home. To be honest with you, like he stays out the way. He's not someone who's gonna be like. You'll see him on social media, like something's blown up with him on, a Twitch stream or something, or like, something like along those lines. Like for him to be as good as he is and as big of a name as I think he should have around him, it's remarkable to see him still be the same person every day. Because, sometimes the 100%. Light can change people.
100%.
And it's like, I've seen it too many times now, 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Where no matter how the lights have gotten to him, how much, everybody talks about how great he is.
Yeah.
He's still like that same humble guy. And like that goes a long way.
It does go a long way, and I also think us fans don't get to hear that enough, that these superstars that we view as or deem as somewhat untouchable is very much the same person in and outside the locker room, which I think is a really cool thing and tidbit to hear. That 2023 season, your rookie year, you guys finished 10-7, you win the division, but you have a second-round exit. Now, there's a trend as we go along, 2023, 2024, 2025, that second rounds feel like the common denominator of the Texans season. And we're going to go through that, and I want your, obviously, perspective on it. But when you go from worst to first, win the division, second round exit, what does a loss actually feel like in the playoffs? And I know that's like a weird thing to think about because obviously losing the playoffs sucks.
Yeah.
You want to go as far as you can. However, when you're actually in a position where it's like, hey, relative to the expectations, hey man, we gotta smell the roses, stop and smell the roses a little bit. So Xavier Hutchinson, as someone that was on that 2023 Texans team, as someone that's still on the Texans, what was that experience like losing in the second round of the playoffs after being a 3-13 team and picking in the top 5?
It was terrible. And I feel like a lot of people
Now
don't
that
get
I think
it.
about it, what did I expect you to say? Obviously, it fucking sucks.
It's terrible, man. It's terrible because you put in so much of, like the viewers, the fans of the game, they see the Sundays or the Mondays or the Thursdays, whenever you play. And, they get a little glimpse of it in training camp. But, like, this starts all the way back in, like, April for, like, teams. So, like, to go however many weeks that is, like, you're putting a lot of time, effort into trying to be good and wanting to be great and solidifying yourself into history. Into the history books.
Totally.
So when you when you don't get to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and especially if you don't win the Super Bowl, it hurts. It's terrible because there can only be one winner in sports.
Yeah. Which
So
sucks.
if you're not that one winner,
Yeah.
like it's terrible. It's an awful feeling.
Someone, I was just doing a piece of content within the last couple of weeks about March Madness, and it was with a former like March Madness player, but he had said that a coach had told him one time that March Madness is sad because there will be 63 criers and 1 celebrator.
Yeah.
He said it way sexier than I just said it, but essentially he was trying to say that because you're a college kid and the emotions are so high, so many of these teams are going to be crying and sent home, and one team is actually going to win. But we forget that as a professional, you're also a human being experiencing those same emotions, even though you're a professional making a lot of money doing it, right?
Yeah.
And I think that even that's what I'm picking up that you're saying, which is it fucking sucks, dude. Even though you're training, and even though relative to the expectations of where you were in 2023 and that you shouldn't have been in the position to win the division, you shouldn't have been in the position to even contend really for the Super Bowl, you guys were contending. Yeah. And it sucks to fucking lose.
Yeah, you play sports as competitive.
Yeah.
Like you want to win. Like no one wants to lose.
Yeah.
I hope not. If you want to lose, then you should probably get out of the game.
Yeah. But I do think you need to be. I do think it's important to be able to look in the mirror and
100%.
stop and smell the roses because
100%.
you wouldn't know the highs without the lows.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, like you get that so many other times too.
Yeah.
Like you get that throughout the season. You get that in training camp.
Yeah.
You know, when you're tired, you get all of those low experiences. Of course, none of them feel as grand or on the big platform like it does in the playoffs when you lose. But like you have so many other opportunities before that where you can smell the roses.
That's true.
And if you're really like who you say you are, then like you should already know, like you should never let the wins or the losses control how you feel.
Like Nico Collins.
Yeah, 100%. Goes right back to 12.
2023 ends, 2024 begins, and I feel like to the vein of what we're saying, the Texans signal, all right, I think we're going to go slightly all in some ways. We have the quarterback on the rookie deal. We're now going to go and trade for Joe Mixon. We're going to go add a Stefon Diggs and trade for him. But my thought process immediately when I was thinking through Stefon Diggs being added to this Texans team is like that naturally affects you as a wide receiver because on one hand, you have this superstar veteran that's coming in, being added to the team. But then on the other hand, he's taking time away from your opportunities. Yeah. So as a player on the Texans, how do you balance that? What's the human side of that you have to balance as a player? Yeah.
You know, to be really honest with you, like when you get to the league, you can't take everything very personal. I was taught that actually my rookie year. Shout out Rob Woods.
Shout out Rob Woods.
Yeah.
I have no idea who the fuck that is, but shout out
Robert Woods. Come on, man.
Oh, Robert Woods.
My fault, Rob Woods. My fault. I should have said the full government name.
Yeah,
my fault.
What's your passport say?
But nah, like I did it again for real. That's actually crazy. I apologize, Chris. That's
good.
my fault, man. That's my fault.
This is what happens when you're just recording, right? You just never know what's going to break. You talk Nico Collins, you talk Robert Woods, things are just going to fall apart, and that's okay.
They know I'm talking about him. That's why it fell. They know I'm talking about him. But where was I at?
Robert Woods.
Oh, yeah. You just can't, you can't take everything personal.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you know, you're human.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to hurt a little bit.
Right.
Which, you know, it did. But, at the end of the day, it's for the greater good.
Yeah.
So much of, you know, getting my time taken away or not being able to see the field as much. Mm-hmm. But then also on the flip side of it, you have someone who's proven himself throughout the years that, you know, he's arguably one of the best receivers just looking through, you know, the lineage of what he's done in his career. So, to just sit there, and even in my second year too also. So to sit there and learn from him and gain, you know, those little notes, those little things that you could work on, see how he works, see what made him great.
Yeah.
It's you got to take those things in too because those are positives.
Yeah.
So it's not always a negative. Now, of course, you might not see the ball as much. Yeah. You might not get on the field as much. You know, I'll have to take those losses on the chin though.
Yeah.
But I'll keep it pushing after that.
Do you ever see the video years ago of that the Vikings made about Diggs and dating their sister? So when I had Madison on the pod, I had to ask him. I was like, you were there with Diggs. Is Diggs that bad of a guy that you wouldn't let him date your sister? Now, you don't have a sister.
Yeah.
But if you had a sister, I guess theoretically you would say Stefon Diggs cannot date your sister. in your experience and being around Stefon Diggs, is he that bad of a guy?
Nah, he's not that bad.
What the fuck am I missing?
He's not
here?
that bad of a guy. I mean, I personally like Stefon because Stefon is just Stefon Diggs. Like, he's just him.
Yeah.
And like whenever someone's just authentically themselves, like you can find and try to poke holes into their life. Like not everybody's gonna be perfect with choices that they make, but that's life.
Of course.
But like deep down inside, like, bro, that's one guy who I know would go to bat for me any day, anytime, and I would do the same for him. So it's all retrospect.
Let my man be horny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like come on, guys, like let a man be. Like if you know what I'm saying, if the man is good looking and you know
he's a handsome guy
and he can go about it and do whatever he wants,
do
man,
what you gotta do.
Who's gonna tell him no?
Not me.
It's his life.
But if it's my
life.
sister, that might be a different story. Just because.
Oh, yeah, okay,
But good thing is I don't.
A little grain of salt in there.
Yeah, it's good. Good thing.
A little grain of salt.
Good thing
in
he's
there.
not fucking my sisters. That's. But
Good
that
thing.
in 2024, you guys start 5-1.
Yeah.
This is pre-Stefon Diggs injury. Through those 6 weeks, the Houston Texans were a top Super Bowl favorite, right? From the outside, from a fan's perspective, we're the ones talking about it on social saying, yo, this team could actually go far. From the inside, as someone that was on the inside through those 5 weeks and the Texans, you know, we're a 4-1 team, 5-1 team. What did it actually feel like to be Super Bowl contenders?
Yeah. I mean, we knew we had it just because off of, you know, the team and the players that we had.
Yeah.
So, like, we knew that was all, like, the Super Bowl that's in the, like, not the back of our mind.
Yeah.
But we know it's a possibility for us to get there.
Yeah.
But you learn one thing about the NFL season is it is fucking long.
Yeah.
It is one long season. So to try and say like, oh, you're 5-1, what you still have, I don't know, 13, 14 more games left.
Long way to go.
So like you still have the whole back half of the season left. And as you can see, anything can happen during the season. But I mean, you know, we were feeling really good though, as we should. I mean, you're 5-1, 6-1 in the NFL. Like, that's not easy to do.
No, it's not.
So it's, once again, it's 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna look at it, but you know that's very far away. You got to handle what's in front of you.
Yeah.
But also you got to understand that like we were rolling at that time.
You were rolling. Not only were you rolling, but you get to a certain point where I feel like the season kind of took a turn in a negative way. And the reason I say that is because after that, in week 8, Stefon Diggs goes down, torn ACL. We just were talking about Diggs. You fast forward another 8 weeks, Tank Dell goes down against the Chiefs, right? His leg is a gruesome injury. Yeah.
I don't want to think about that one.
But naturally, as a player, at a certain point, you have to say to yourself, like, hey, these are huge contributors to their team.
Yeah.
Like, let's just, these aspirations for a Super Bowl, maybe this is just not the year. How do you balance that as a player when 2 superstars in the same wide receiver room that you're in go down and you're trying to say, hey, man, next man up? No, shit. We're actually kind of screwed right now. We're running out of bodies here.
It's tough because you never want to see anyone get injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, of course, like that's going to play an effect in, you know, like just the building, the room that we had.
Yeah.
Like you're going to feel those losses
Yeah.
a lot more than probably anybody else would in the building. Not to say, you know, other people felt the you know, the impact. But as far as like, at least how I looked at it personally, it was just more so like, you know, well, now it's my opportunity to shine. Like now it's my time to try to contribute to this team and show, you know, the Houston Texans what I can do. Or, you know, even better yet, really show myself what I can do, like what I know I can do. So I was very eager for the moment. I was very excited for the moment. But, you know, we're in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people forget. It's just like, have you ever seen Brian Scalabrine? I hope I said his name right.
Yeah, you said his name right.
The Red Mamba?
Yeah, of course.
Did you ever see him when he was in the Rec and he was playing against like trash talkers?
He was killing them.
And he was beating them like 11-1, 12-0. Like the guys who are on the bench are not bad players.
Yeah.
Like the guys who aren't on the field all the time are not bad players. They're actually really good. You guys just don't know that.
Facts. If you make it to the league, you're a damn good player.
So it's like you're ready for the moment. It's just all about like capitalizing on the opportunities that you're given.
Well, I feel like 2024 was interesting because you guys had the expectations, injuries happen, don't meet the expectation. Naturally, right? You capitalized more than anyone on opportunities in 2025. So as we move into 2025, obviously you go through 2024, Texans lose again in the divisional round. That's 2 years in a row, and we'll get to obviously the 2025 season. But 2024 felt like, and where I was going with it, somewhat of a wash once you have all these injuries. You can only overcome so many injuries. And that was something that I learned when I talked to Derek Barnes in 2024 when he was talking through all these injuries. But you move into 2025, and the Texans, here we go again. They do something that I feel like hurts your opportunities. You draft Jalen Noel. You draft Jaden Higgins, 2 Iowa State alums.
Yep.
You're an Iowa State alum. How do you balance, again, when you're like, hey, I know I can contribute to this team, I know what I can provide, yet you're still trying to add bodies that will compete with my time. How do you balance that?
Once again, like I said it earlier, and like I truly do mean it, you just can't take anything personal. Like, of course, when we added Steph and when we added Jay Noel and Hig, I was happy for those two to come just because, they're Iowa State boys. I was with Jay Noel when he was like 18, 17, coming straight to Iowa State. So, like, I've seen all those progressions, and I'm happy that they've made it. Yeah. And also at the end of the day, too, it's like, we're here to play football. Like, and it put a chip on my shoulder. Like, I wanted to prove anyone who didn't believe in me why they should believe in me. But I also wanted to prove, once again, myself right.
Yeah, I get that.
I wanted to prove that, like, I can play in the league. Like,
totally.
I can be an NFL receiver
on
a team. So that's just how I looked at it. Like, I'm not going to take it personal.
Tough.
I just got to work.
I think you have a great mindset with it, right? Like, and as I go through these moments to be able to talk to players like yourself, the biggest takeaway that I always feel like I have, the consistent theme, is how much of the human side is brought into the thought process. It's not just like, fuck you, you're taking my spot. It's like, no, dude, this is a business. This is a game. Like, I'm going to try and help you. You're going to try and help me, and we're going to find those moments. Yeah. So I think you have a very unique perspective on the experiences that you've had, and I think it's really cool to have that. But I need you to share some experience with me, because as a fantasy football player, what the fuck happened with Joe Mixon this past year, dude? Like, I don't know what you know. Is it something along the lines where you as a player know the truth, but they're not saying the truth, or you as a player don't know the truth, and then you're seeing what the media says, and you're like, dude, I don't have the answers either. I don't understand what happened to Joe Mixon this year.
I don't either.
Yeah, so it is that.
I don't either. Whatever Nick Casario or anyone from our building said, that's as far as all I know about the Joe Mixon's, like the whole situation that happened. Of course, I hope he gets better. Yeah, I hope he's on the right trend to get better, of course. Like, if he had to take that much of a time off, it must have been something serious. So, like, I just hope that, the recovery is, like, back on track for him. Yeah. Because, I mean, Joe is one hell of a player. Like,
dude, that 2024 season, he was.
When I say sets the tone, like, he's the type of running back that sets the tone from the first 15 to the last 15. Yeah. And that's someone that you want in your corner.
Totally.
Joe Mixon's the type of guy.
Joe's a dog. Well, you guys start the 2025 season slow, somewhat average. I believe you guys were 3-5 through 8 weeks.
Yeah, we were like 1-3, I think, in our first.
Yeah, it was a tough start. But then you guys finished the season on a 9-0 run. 9-game winning streak, arguably the hottest team in the NFL. As someone that was on the inside for the Texans during that 9-game winning streak, how would you explain and express what was going right?
We were playing the way that we thought we could play.
Yeah.
Like, we were just going out there and we were executing. And honestly, when we, like, started off, like, kind of bad, I don't mean to, like, take it back to, the start. But, like, we all knew that wasn't even really us. Yeah. Because if you really watch those games, turnover late in the Rams game, possibly could have won that game. Yeah. Who do we play second? Tampa. Yeah. Baker Mayfield led a great drive in the last few minutes. Like, all kudos to him. Yeah. But I'm sure some of our defensive players will probably say that, like, there were some things that they wish they could take back and could have done a little bit better in the moment. Of course. Yeah. Hindsight always 2020. Always. That third game, we lose in the last drive again. Yeah. I think it was Jacksonville, I'm pretty sure. And then after that, we just started beating ourselves up, like, and we were really causing the inflictions on the reasons why we weren't coming out on the other side of those games. So then to go back to the 9-game winning streak, we were on those right sides of doing everything right. Like, we were executing. We were just out there playing ball, man, just having fun, playing loose, playing confident, and we all believed in one another. And it never wavered, even through the rough start, to even get to, like, the greener pastures and, like, that middle of the part of the season. Like, we were still the same. Like, we were still the same team. Yeah. Like, no confidence was lost or waved. Like, we just knew that we just had to make a few minor, like,
a few minor
tweaks.
changes. Yeah. You were right there.
Yeah. So
I feel like also going into that playoff run, because you guys the Texans were the hottest team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
9-game win streak, as we just talked about. You're going into Pittsburgh. No one was fearing Pittsburgh, really, especially given how they had just snuck by Baltimore on that final week.
Yeah.
But you guys blow out, obviously, the Steelers. Thank God. Because, for some reason, as a fan, was ready to see Mike Tomlin ride off into the sunset, and you just felt that was happening. But then you go into New England. The New England game and New England as a team was very interesting, obviously, because there were a lot of conversation of, hey, they haven't been really playing great teams, so they can be exposed, even though they had 13 or 14 wins, whatever it was. And then you had the Texans, on the other hand, which is hottest team in the NFL, best defense in the NFL. If the Texans can get 70 to 75% of the person we know CJ Stroud can be, even though he hasn't been playing that way, this team is going to go make a Super Bowl run. So Xavier Hutchinson, as someone who's on the Texans, what went wrong in that Patriots game?
Yeah. In sports, it's very funny because it's a very unforgiving sport.
Yeah.
Football, basketball, whatever sport you look at.
Yeah.
Sadly, that was one of the times where the ball just didn't roll our way.
Yeah.
It sucks because, we were back at that same point that we were talking about earlier where it's back to the second round.
Yep.
We're hot. We're on fire. We're playing really good. We just came off a great win against Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And we go into that New England game, and it was just the self-inflicted wounds that we caused. And I think everybody can, speak on it, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watched the game, you saw it. It wasn't our best brand of football. And in the playoffs, your best brand of football has to win.
Yeah.
And, that game, we had spurts of it, but it wasn't enough to, get us over that.
As someone who's on that offense, when the defense is clicking, when the defense is doing everything, giving you guys every opportunity, how do you manage offensively when obviously CJ's not playing his best game? And there was a moment even in that game where you had a drop ball and that was interception so it's on the whole offense.
Yeah.
But obviously CJ hasn't been playing up to his standard. So in your stance, how do you actually balance that and be able to, you can come in. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
How do you actually balance? Obviously what went wrong for the Texans in that game was the offense kind of shit the bed. And that's going to happen, like you just said, right? And I think you mentioned something early on in the podcast, that 2023 season, which is what makes CJ Stroud is next play mentality. And I feel like in this 2025 season, he lost a little bit of that. I feel like the person that we fell in love with CJ Stroud, that 2023 season, he got away from a little bit in 2025. So Xavier Hutchinson, as someone that's on the Texans, as someone that plays with CJ Stroud, as someone that was part of, a team that struggled to beat the Patriots, and they should have beat the Patriots, how does CJ Stroud get back to playing like a top 5 quarterback and the quarterback that we know and love from 2023?
He just has to be him.
Yeah.
And I don't want to speak for him, of course, because you never know what anyone's going through.
100%.
In a certain point, in a certain life, whatever's going on. But, he has all the tools and the talent to be, in my opinion, arguably one of the best quarterbacks to come through and play in the NFL.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep playing, man. You just gotta keep fighting, man. Win, loss, play good, play bad. You just gotta get back up on your own, your 2 feet, and keep walking. Because life is gonna knock you down,
totally,
no matter what. It just so happens for us that our failures and our successes are on TV, and it's in front of millions of people to judge and give their own opinions to it. But they can give their own opinions.
Yeah.
But he just has to be him. And I feel like Seven's back.
Yeah.
Just from, what I've seen, we've been able to work out together. We've been able to throw a little bit while I've been up here. That fire inside to prove all the people who was shitting and had all these, wanted to say whatever, had all these hot takes that they wanted to say. Yeah. He's here.
Yeah.
And he's going to prove everyone wrong like he's always done his entire life.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that I get to sit back and catch the ball with him and be on that field with him. And hopefully all the haters have the popcorn out because it's not going to look good for you.
I'm excited for the Texans. I think this is the year for the Texans because you get everything back together. I'm hoping Tank Dell comes back. He's on my Dynasty Fantasy Football team. He's sitting on IR. I need that ass back here in the shadow.
Yeah.
But, I'm excited for the Texans because I think what ended up happening in that game is the Texans should have won that game. You lose that game. You know what the mistakes are. The defense is loaded. The defense is incredible. And the Texans will be right back. And I think that's what you're kind of alluding to, which is doubt CJ Stroud if you want.
Yeah.
The dude's going to be back. You
Yeah,
know?
100%.
I'm excited for it. Well, we're coming up on time, which is crazy that when I have to look at the clock and I see that
It's
the
crazy
clock.
that flew by.
Right?
That flew by.
It blows my mind because I have so much to talk to, you about, so many questions, so many thoughts. But as we come up on time, I like to do this as we wrap it up, which is I literally write social fuck arounds because this is very much where we fuck around and have some fun. And I appreciate how honest and open you've been about this Texans run. And obviously we jumped through a lot of holes with it and jumped around a little bit. But I hope what people can see in going through 2023, 2024, 2025 of your time on the Texans is getting a little bit of a glimpse of being inside the room, being inside that space. So I appreciate you sharing all that. But now we got to fuck around.
Let's get to it.
So we were talking before. Keep 3, cut 5s. You ever played it before?
No, but you explained it well enough to where I know how to play it.
So this is Keep 3, Cut 5, wide receiver since 2000 with Houston Texans wide receiver Xavier Hutchinson.
Let's hear it.
So you got to keep 3. Yep. You got to cut 5. You don't know who's coming next. Good luck to you.
This is nasty.
This is nasty work. Especially when I put together this list. This is a crazy list.
I feel like I'm set up to fail, but we shall succeed.
Well, you'll overcome it.
Yeah, we shall succeed.
First name up, Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
It took a second to
That's the first name you give me? Cut.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the smart move. Just give it away.
It's the first one. It's nothing. Great football. Great receiver. But the first name you give me, man, I thought you were going to give me like a nice little easy warm-up jump shot.
First name up, Steve Smith. Yeah. Second name up, Terrell Owens.
Cut.
Really?
Yeah, cut.
You thought about that for a second.
I did because I remember when he was with Philly. And he was with Philly. Right?
Yeah.
He was a dog at Philly.
Yeah.
Him and Donovan McNabb.
But then you cut him.
Yeah, I know. I'm very. You're giving me anxiety about all the names.
I'm
that are
having
come
anxiety
before.
for you. That's about to come.
So I'm getting nervous now.
Next man up. So you've now cut Steve Smith. You've cut T.O. Next man up, who I think is one of the best of all time, Antonio Brown.
Keep.
Bang.
You have to.
I got into this debate with a few guys, and I've said this, I think AB is a better wide receiver than Megatron all time.
Yeah, tripping.
I thought Sam said true.
Oh, no.
I can go.
No.
I would take Steve Smith over AB.
That's a hot take.
If AB didn't lose his mind, we would have all
you would look
felt
at
very
him completely
different. You would
different.
look at him
of
completely
course.
different. But the AB 6-year peak, and I've this video's all over social already. I've already said this, and I'm not going to go into it. But if you take AB's 6-year peak, his best 6 years, you could pick any of them, and you compare them and go side by side with a 6-year peak of Megatron, I've always felt that it is stronger than Megatron's, and I get it on a shit team.
But the things that Megatron, to your point, bad team, good team, there's a complete difference. It's like they're completely on the different end of the spectrums. But do you see some of the catches?
I know. Megatron
would make, and just make it look easy.
All right, so you've kept AB, you've cut T.O., you've cut Steve Smith. Next man up, Julio Jones.
Keeping.
Really?
There's no thought about that one. I won't lie to you.
Those are two of my favorite
Julio's
receivers.
probably, I'm giving a lot of shout outs actually, but
please do.
Someone who really put me on, I already knew Julio, of course, but hopefully I'm not telling too much insider information, but anybody can do it when you're in the league. When you get your iPad, you can look at, say I went to, our assistant receiver coach who was like, hey, I want to watch Julio Jones's 2013 tape, all his targets, all his catches.
Really? You could do that?
Yeah, you can watch them. And, they'll download it for you. They'll put it on your iPad, and then you can watch them. So shout out Mechie for actually telling me that. I wouldn't have known that without you.
I love John Mechie.
But he put me on to watching Julio, right when I got into the league. And the things that he did.
If Julio scored more touchdowns, we would think about Julio in a completely different world, in my opinion.
Even
better than where he is. He didn't have as many touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I think that hurts him.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I fully do.
Man, you got to turn on the tape then. Because not all touchdowns are all
not created equal.
It's a nice brownie point, of course.
But you have to understand we're fans. We analyze box scores.
Yeah, that is true.
We're idiots. Yeah. That's all we do.
Yeah, I wouldn't say idiots, But you guys like to ignore just the plain view sights of things and
That's
how
true.
it actually is.
Yes, we do.
And like, you turn on the tape, I don't know if you can. There's probably some receivers that you can give, but there's not a lot of receivers that you can give that are better at full body as a whole receiver than what Julio Jones represented.
That's fair. So you're cutting Steve Smith. You're cutting T.O. You're keeping A.B. You're keeping Julio. You have 4 names left. You have to keep one and cut 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Play this wisely.
Yeah, I am.
Next man up, Justin Jefferson.
This is dirty work. This is dirty.
You can play however you want to play the game, man. You gotta know where this could be going, or I could be setting you up for failure.
Yeah, you could be. Oh, man.
But would I do that shit to you?
I don't know. Would you?
I don't know.
I'm going to say cut, but he's on the trajectory. Like,
He's
on,
there.
He's on that, like, he's on that
pace.
Yeah, he's on that pace.
100%.
He's on that pace.
Next man up, Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, God. Keep.
Keep.
Larry Fitz. I mean, have you ever seen the stat that he had?
More tackles than
drop
passes.
Like, that's insane.
It's insane.
And his like whole career, even when he retired, like he was like 33-ish.
The longevity, the peak.
Yeah, like, bro, that's an anomaly for a receiver.
Well, Xavier Hutchinson,
Yeah.
you cut Steve Smith.
Yep.
You cut T.O.
Yep.
You kept A.B.
Yep.
You kept Julio. You cut Jettis. And you kept Larry Fitzgerald.
Yep.
The final 2 that you must cut,
Let me hear him.
Megatron and Randy Moss.
Oh. But it's crazy though, because Megatron would have been, if you would have said Megatron before Larry, I probably would have said keep Calvin. I would have kept Calvin.
But that's how you play the game.
But like whose ever name would have came up. But for me personally, those were the 3 receivers when I was growing up. I saw them on TV.
Yeah.
So of course I'm gonna show love to
the people you know.
to the people who inspired me.
100%.
So shout out to those 3, and shout out to everybody else on the list, because you're still great. You're still great. Adam made it impossible.
It's impossible.
He made an
I look at this
impossible
list, I have no idea what I would do.
Yeah.
Even if I knew the 8 that were there, I have no idea the 3 that I would keep.
Who would you keep out of that 8?
If I knew that, I told you I'm a sucker for. I would have probably done AB and Julio, and then I'd probably go either Megatron or Randy Moss.
Really?
Yeah. And
But
it's not that it's a slight to anyone else. It's
No,
just
of
like
course.
I feel like we grew up on the ABs and the Julios. Megatron, I just said, obviously, I think AB is better than Megatron. And then Randy Moss is like just the legend, the legend of all legends. Yeah. He's our Jerry Rice, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Jerry was older and Jerry was in the league and dominated in his peak, but we didn't have that.
Yeah.
So he's a legend from the standpoint of what they're talking about.
No, for sure.
But for us, Randy, we got the 08 season on the Patriots. We got moments from Randy, so we got to experience that in a different way. And I think Randy, to me, obviously Megatron is that. But Megatron, what in my opinion hurts him is he retired early. And that's not a slight. He's still one of the best of all time.
For
but
sure.
I'll stand on business and say I think AB's better.
That is a very polarizing take.
It's your take,
though. It's your take. It's your take. And I respect that take.
The last few things as we wrap up. Xavier Hutchinson, you're a wide receiver in the NFL. You play for the Texans right now. I'm going to put you on the spot. Who are the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL right now?
In the NFL right now?
Right now. This is your world, and I'm just living in it now.
Right now. Oh, there's so many there's so many ways that you can go about it.
So many ways.
Because you got like the OGs who are, they're not falling off.
Yeah.
But they're starting to get older.
Yeah.
And now, like, some of the younger guys are starting to come in and they're starting to shine.
This is who you love. This is your at the game.
My personal top 5 receivers that I love watching.
Bingo.
I'm not ranking them in any
No,
order.
just the 5.
I'd probably have to say Jamar.
Yeah.
I love Amon. I love Amon's game. I feel like he's very slept on too.
100%.
Because he gets put into this category of slot receiver.
1,000%.
Which I hate.
He's the alpha when I was saying they come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
He's an alpha.
Yeah, he's one of them for sure.
I love that take.
He's one of them for sure. Who else would I put in there? I got 2. You got to put Jay Jettis in there.
To.
I mean, just off of what he's done. Puka.
Yeah, Puka's fucking nice.
Because you know that they're going to try to get him the ball at
100%.
least 10 times.
Yeah.
And
he's going to catch
for him
all of them.
to still, like his contested catches by far are probably, it's actually incredible some of the catches that he makes.
Couldn't agree more.
Because it's, they called it incomplete, but this is when I say Puka's name, this is the catch I think of. The Atlanta Falcons game. They called it incomplete, but he had caught it, and it was like just.
And he does it in such a deceiving way, I feel like, too. He's not like the sexiest. He's not going to burn you deep. He's just a physical. He feels like an X.
Yeah. He knows his game, and he plays his game to a T.
100%.
So you got to respect that. That's
so you got
four
Puka,
now,
that's
right?
4. Last but not least.
5?
At the 5 spot.
Not at the 5
No.
spot.
At the
okay.
It was like a figure of speech.
Fifth,
I was going to say
the
Victor
fifth.
Wembanyama. I was going to go down the whole route. But
it's such a tough one.
Such a tough.
Because there's so many good.
But it's
there's
preference.
So many good receivers.
It's all preference.
There is. I mean, as you alluded to, I showed love in the Fieldhouse thing, and I got blazed in the comments.
Yep.
So I'm still gonna show love.
Show love. Please do.
You got to give it to Nico.
I love you.
You got to give it to Nico.
Like Nico, no bullshit. One of my favorite receivers.
You have to.
I think doesn't get the love. I think
No.
you people naturally, us, like I said, we're dumb fans, so we always go to the stats, the CDs, the AJ Browns, the George Pickens now.
Oh, there's
so many.
There's so many.
But what Nico brings is true alpha X mentality, and I love that you put him in.
Like
there.
how many 6'5", 215, sorry if I shorted you on your weight, or 220, somewhere in between there. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But like, actually backtrack that. Let's backtrack that. Look at his target to his catch ratio.
It's
insane.
It's insane.
I'm pretty sure he's shooting somewhere in between like the 60, above 60 probably percent. And that's just a rough estimate. But I'm pretty sure he's shooting above that.
It's an amazing 5.
And he's getting like 100 and something targets.
Nico Collins should be there. Nico Collins is there, and I love that you put him there.
For sure. I got to. I have to, though.
Good for
I
you.
have to.
You have to.
Because 12 is down there somewhere.
Down there somewhere. Fuck it. He's down there somewhere.
He's down there somewhere.
And last but not least, I finish every single episode that I do with something that I've always explained as, obviously you and I get to shoot the shit for an hour.
Yeah.
And it's an absolute privilege where we can just be off the cuff and have fun. But I always wanted to recreate something where it is like the game, where I'm in the stands and I just get to watch you guys. And so what I do is I ask each athlete to propose a question to the next athlete without knowing who's coming on next. Mm-hmm. So I just had Cam Curl on, Rams starting safety. And Cam Curl's question for Xavier Hutchinson was, and I quote, and Sam's going to love this, I think I want to get him in trouble. What are the best and worst things about the team you play for now? Literally the question. No bullshit. So you can take that wherever you want to go.
That's a dirty question.
Dirty.
He's nasty for that one. He's nasty for that one. I commend him, though, because that is actually a really good question, though. I'll start with probably, I want to go worst and finish best.
Yeah.
Worst thing I'll say, that damn training camp. Training camp is it's an abyss. And some might say it's a cop-out answer, but I want you to come, if you can, I want you to come in July to Houston Texans training camp when it's open and they can have fans, and I want you to see how nasty it is out there. Like that heat, the way we practice, it's like you would probably think that we're out there like going to kill each other.
Yeah.
I mean, because we basically almost are killing each other.
Pretty much.
And at that point too, when it opens up to the fans,
you
get a little brewer in there, man. You going against the same person every day, you start to get a little fed up a little bit sometimes. Iron sharpens iron,
Swarm
brother.
mentality.
Swarm mentality, man. That's all you gotta say in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But that's the worst thing, though. Best thing I would say is, honestly, I'm nowhere else. But I highly doubt that there's a better locker room than ours.
And how would you describe that?
Just the type of guys that we have in there. It's almost like we're all too identical. Like we may enjoy different things, but like at the end of the day, like all of our moral compasses point north.
Yeah.
And it's like it's fun to be in there. And I used to be a little nervous in my rookie year to go into the locker room.
Yeah.
Because, you just got so many different people. Yeah, you just got a lot of different people in there, man. Yeah. But, like, from the moment that I stepped into that building for the first time, actually, bro, it was just nothing but love. Yeah. And, like, it's, like, some of probably the best moments I'll forever remember aren't on the field playing in the Houston Texans jersey.
That's amazing.
It's being in that locker room.
That's amazing.
Because there's a lot of good there's a lot of good guys in there, man. They're all characters in their own right, but like they're down for the cause, man.
I love that.
And like you don't come by brothers very much, but it's a bunch of brothers in there.
A lot in common.
Yeah, a lot in common.
Well, Xavier Hutchinson, propose a question to the next guest without knowing who they are.
It's so hard.
Could be anything.
That's a hard one.
Can go anywhere with it. Could be on-field football related. Could be nothing football related. I've had it all.
All right. Let's go with I like the way Cameron Curl, he gave you good and bad.
Yeah.
So he allowed you to explain both. So I'm going to stay somewhere along those lines. I want to hear what was their best and worst fan interaction. I want to know that one.
That's a good one.
Because sometimes you can get, those can go a lot of ways.
Those can go a lot of ways.
A lot of ways.
And I feel like they're mainly negative.
Yeah.
Like
Sometimes they can be negative, especially with
negative.
being able to bet on games, being able to bet on players. You see some people out there, man, who, they have a choice word for you, but, they say it and then all of a sudden they want to, square it back. They want to retract that very fast. So I want to see who answers that.
That's a great one. I had Ollie Gordon on months ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things Ollie said was, we don't give a fuck about your parlays. We don't give a fuck about anything, that he's been just attacked in his DMs for parlays and whatnot. And I just found it so funny because us fans, like, they're taking an objective step back and seeing that we're attacking you for money that we are deciding to put on you, as if you are doing it to us, as if you care about us, is just such a funny thing to explain to like aliens, as if you were trying to explain what was happening. So I think it's kind of right in that same vein that you were bringing up. But
I want to see that though. I want the best and worst fan interaction that they've had.
I like that.
Or just stranger interaction. Doesn't have to be a fan. I mean, I would assume someone comes up to you because they know who you are.
Yeah.
So I guess fan interaction. But I want to see that because I've heard stories before. So I want to see someone else's story.
I'm excited.
I want to hear their experience.
I'm excited to hear that. Well, X, over the last hour and 14 minutes, man, the fact that it's been an hour and 14, you show a level of maturity that someone your age doesn't or shouldn't have, especially when it comes to the league. And there's a level of thoughtfulness and patience that I feel like I've seen in your thought process that is very rare. And it's been an absolute pleasure to sit down and talk to you. I appreciate you doing this. This has been a long time in the making, but I can't thank you enough. Seriously, it's been fucking awesome.
Of course, Adam, bro. I mean, honestly, you were a pleasure, man. Like, I always get nervous when it comes to like the little talk.
You get nervous?
Yeah,
I get nervous.
Cause you never know how it's gonna go. But like from the moment that you came and got us downstairs, man, like you've been on point, bro. You've been genuine. And that's the number one thing that like I just care about, man. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. Well, hey, let's get past the divisional round this year, all right?
Of course.
Let's
Super
go.
Bowl.
And then tell CJ to figure it the fuck out, all right?
He will. I don't need to tell him that. He already knows it. He'll figure it out.
Xavier Hutchinson, thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man.